Morning everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So I had a little brainwave. I thought that as promised I would show you a tour of my little colouring space, art room, which I've acquired since my children have moved out. And I know that this is one of the videos that I love watching, so I thought I would create it into a tag. So a show your colouring space tag here on YouTube. So I've got a few people that I am going to tag into this video. So shall we get started, because there's quite a bit to show you and I don't want it to be too long. So here we go. One of the first things I want to show you is something created by my friend called Lisa, and she's just started her own YouTube channel and it's called Crafts at Home with Lisa, and I will link that down below. And I wanted to show you, here on my little windowsill is all my little treasury pieces. There's a picture of my mum and dad and some candles, a little light that was made for me by one of the teachers at the school that I work for. And Lisa has created a little donkey look. Isn't he adorable? It's all made by hand with Fimo clay, and she's very talented. And she's put a whole video up showing how she made Donkey from beginning to end. So she does all sorts of crafts. She also made this beautiful pot for me for my paintbrushes and things, and this is all made with I think it's Fimo on a glass jar and painted. Isn't it beautiful? So at the moment poor Lisa's only got 2 subscribers. Can we show her the YouTube love, please? And please go over and subscribe to her wonderful channel. She's got lots of amazing crafts coming up. She doesn't do colouring, but she's very talented. She does crochet, clay work, diamond painting. So the sorry, it was the wind slamming my door. The possibilities are endless. So that's where they sit on my little teapot. And the little stone behind was made by her daughter Evie, who I gave a gift to, and so she painted me, did some rock painting for me. So let's move round here to my desk. I've currently got YouTube on, that's my channel. Here is my little space where I sit and do all my playing. So on here, my Derwent crank sharpener, which I've fallen out of love with at the moment. The picture that I'm currently working on with my Derwent pastels. Here, this is very exciting. This is my large mug of coffee. Move that out the way. This is my beloved polychromos, which you've seen in my colouring book collection. I hope this video is not too shaky because my hands are... Look what I've got. Derwent in a special box. And now, these are not new. I can't afford the new set, so I got these from eBay as a used set. Now when I say used, if you look at them, there are a couple. These are the Colour Soft 72 Colour Softs, and I'm going to swatch them on camera with you. There are a few that eventually will need replacing, but I can get them from Jackson Arts as individuals, so I'm not really bothered. And considering the sets are incredibly expensive, I paid just under £40 for these, so I was thrilled to bits with that, and that was with delivery, so I was very excited about that. So I have a crappy light here. It's got a magnifier in the top, and that was when I did my diamond painting I used that for, but I do put it on dreary days like today. It's been raining here in the UK. Here is my beloved German Shepherd that we lost recently, our Lily, my gorgeous little girl. She sits in the corner and keeps me company while I'm doing my colouring. Above her is my Cheshire Cat diamond painting by Mandy Manzano. I adore Mandy Manzano, and I love colouring better, but I do like a bit of diamond painting in between. Here is my liquid gold at the moment, which is the why can't I think what they're called? What is wrong with my brain? Prismacolor, for goodness sakes. and my little folder of swatches, which I'm currently redoing. So because these are all lovely and neat, as you can see, but when we move to later on, look, I mean, look at the state of these, just hideous. So I need them in better order. There are my Neos. I need them in better order to be able to pick them out more easily, so that will come in really handy. My computer, where I do all my watch all my videos and do all my editing. This little pot, so I can't do without supplies by the side of me. So here I have my little clear butterfly pencil. As you've probably gathered, I'm very girly and I love pink. So in here is all my supplies, like my Derwent eraser, my paper tortillon board for cleaning it, a jelly roll, colour shapers for pastels, plastic eraser. I need to pull out a bit. I wonder if I can zoom out slightly. If I'm zoomed in, oh, that might be a little better. What else have I got? Oh, I recently brought the M&R sharpener, and I love it. It's got two different, you've got the standard size hole, and then you've got a wider one, and they're absolutely brilliant. So I got that, and I got 10 replacement blades for it. That's why I went for it. I was my Derwent crank handle sharpener was making dents in my pencils and I didn't like it, so I've got two white gel pens, my pastel erasers, although I've been using this and it works perfectly well, and in there another pencil sharpener and some paper tortillons and spare craft knife blades. So up here I've got my big Boots brush for brushing off your, you know, the crumbles that comes out of the dust that comes off your pencils. That's what I was looking for. I've got my Tigao sharpener with a Derwent blender in it, an assortment of pens. Then I've got my water brushes, a ruler, and here at the back, if I can hold you steady enough, are my replacement Derwent pastel pencils. So they're ones I've brought individually. And then while I was on holiday, we went to Hobbycraft, of course, and I picked up some new paintbrushes. So that's pretty much it on my desk. I'll try not to make you too dizzy. So I hold my curtains up like this, on my little notice board with all my bits that have come in colouring books or cards that I've received from friends and family. Oh yes, look, above here is a piece of wood my husband stuck up there temporarily, I hasten to add, so that I could put my camera clamp and my ring light on it. And I brought a couple of liquid pearls and Dovecraft, the equivalent to stickles. And then I went to my, and I can't remember which way zoom in, which way zoom out, so I have that up there. And then I went to my friend Lisa's and we swapped craft stuff like diamond paintings and craft supplies, and she's given me all of those, look. So I've put them up there to stop that piece of wood being so ugly. And don't laugh at my zoom in, zoom out, I have you know it's hard. Okay. So yeah, so I have my curtains pulled up like this because it's a little tiny window in this room, and it gets very little natural daylight, particularly on a really, really rainy, horrible day like today. So I have two desks pushed together, as you can see there, and all my cables underneath. So in my first drawer is just sort of standard supplies. I've got some heart post-its, page tags, reinforcement rings for my little green folder, glue, a lighter for all my candles, tape measure, Tipp-Ex, you know, all the general bits of guff that you have, some spare pens. And I brought these because I watched a channel on the diamond painting channel that use these to actually blend pastels, but they are rubbish. They're for lipstick, but they're rubbish. But I've kept them in there just in case. So I think this is as far as this drawer pulls out. So it's mainly just, I've got a couple of pastel blenders in there. It's mainly just the junk that you need to hand, you know, particularly when we're about to do a video for everything I've ever coloured. So that's the top drawer, which won't shut without the other drawer. In here, look, and I have tidied up, you're very privileged. Excuse the wires down the side here. This little pencil case I've just got, very girly, very childish, with little unicorns on it. Sorry about the glare. And it's just full of paper tortillons and anything I need for blending pastels. So that's all that's in there. Then I've got my pastel fixative, bin liners for the ever trusted bin, my spare water brushes that I keep out because there is a tiny one in there and a medium one in there, so I keep them tucked away for safekeeping because, you know, they wear out. That little case is full of like little cards that I was going to do for, let's have a look, I was going to use as, in fact I did in my first, I can't get it open with one hand, there. I used them as for my first colour along, and I wrote the names of things down, but my hands shake, as you know, and it was probably more easier just to lift it up to the camera. So that's those. Now this little guy, if you're part of the diamond painting community, you'll have probably seen it. It's the Xyron sticker maker, and it's not electric. You just literally put your strip of paper in and pull it out, and it comes out as a sticker. It's absolutely incredible. So when I was sorting out and going through, I can't put it away, I'll have to leave it like that for a minute. When I was sorting out and going through all my supplies and tidying up ready in preparation for this colouring tag, I found it and I thought, oh my goodness, how cool would that be to have for some of your colouring books. You know, you can print an image off Google, providing it's not copyright, of course, people, and stick them in your books. So that's that drawer. I'm going to have to leave them. So I might do a video on that, a quick video on that if anyone's interested. Right, and down to the bottom drawer is little tea light candles, a diary, some DVDs, spare light bulb, more candles, some like Mod Podge spreader, some Diamond Art Club, get my feet out of the image, Diamond Art Club packs that I've kept, some pastel highlighters, which are actually, I brought these the other day thinking that they were pastel. They're not, it's just the case is pastel. But it says pastel highlighters, they're not, they're just the same as any other highlighter. And then I've got a little bag of like a fountain pen, well it's an metallic fountain pen, and just regular spare different colour pens in there. So that's those three drawers, and then, oh I'm sorry, that was way too fast, I'm swinging on my swinging chair. Under here, which is really difficult to get to, but I'll try and shoot it, is my Carbothello pastels and my Derwent watercolours, some stencils, and then that little set there is a Derwent. It's got the artist, it's got a mix of like 3 different things in it. It's got charcoal pencils, the Derwent artist, and Derwent Academy I think it is in there. Lisa, my friend, gave to me, you know, Lisa from Crafts at Home with Lisa, not plugging her or anything, but there we are. And then over this side is my paper, where are we, paper cutter, and oh yes, oh let me reach down and get them, Derwent drawing pencils. They may or may not have slipped into my basket from eBay. They were new, but I wanted them to complement the Coloursoft set, and I've swatched them. They are magnificent. So I'll do, when I do the video of swatching the Colorsofts, I'll include those. And then of course my Faber-Castell chalk pastel sticks. Love, 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 love those. Let's have a sip of coffee. So this is what tells me the time when it's like 3 in the morning and I'm still watching colouring videos. So that's my little clock. Over here, if I move back, on this little stand, I painted this. It was a horrible old wood thing that in my husband's shed, and I got some wax paint, no, chalk paint, and painted it. And I put my printer on there. In the top, you can see is colouring pages that I need to show at the end of the month. So I keep those up there, or usually in a pile up here annoying me somewhere. So if we look in these drawers, it's all a load of rubbish really, but I've got cheap UK that's Crafters acrylic paints, a selection of them. They weren't expensive, but I brought them because I was following Dee Willingham, and I wanted to try using them, but they're not very good at colouring over, so I've got a couple of the Americanas that she suggested. And oh, glitter dust. Look, I've just got this, Lisa gave it to me. It's Deco Art, and it's glitter paint in copper, and it's gorgeous, so I'm going to find a use for that. I've got some glossy accents. I'm just thinking, did I show you? No, I haven't shown you that drawer yet. And these are the paints that I was telling you about the other day in one of my videos. I can't remember which one. These are Script ready mixed children's paints, but they're really actually very good. I mean, there is a selection of, shake this one up, show you, a selection of metallics, and oh boy, that is really metallic. It comes out really well. So you've got the blue one, and then a lilac metallic one, and they just really come out really well, surprisingly, for children's paints. Take a couple of coats. I've got some Mod Podge gloss, because I had a picture of Lily on a canvas printed for me, and I needed a coating of it, so I've got that. Some washi tapes. I don't know what is in that little box. More washi tapes, I think. Yeah, it's like a special. These were mainly when I was doing, oh yeah, beautiful, pretty in pink washi tapes. Mainly when I was doing the diamond painting, but they equally come in handy for our colouring books. So the next drawer down is these were tumble drying sheets that I brought that go in with your diamond painting. You know, when you put them in storage, you can get a lot of static off of them, so we use those. And then I've got that's siliconized baking powder, baking paper that I put over diamond paintings. Whoops. Another big collection of dark washi tapes. That little box is washi tapes. Washi tapes here too, and they're all really lovely. There's like some water effects in there, so it'd be really nice to edge a picture in. I don't think there's anything, oh, sort of metallic and shiny ones in there. Great for Christmas and birthdays. This is a little tub of Liquitex gesso. Oh, it is awful. It's like sandpaper. This is a junk drawer. Now in here, these are Fabiana Attanasio posters that come out of the back of her books to keep them safe. And this is a started beaded cross stitch. I can't get it all out with one hand, but if you can kind of see, it's a Chinese, beautiful Chinese picture. Here it is. Here's the picture. And you do it in beaded cross stitch. But it's having the patience, and my eyesight as well is, I need magnifying glasses for anything like that. So that's my little pink drawer with my printer on it, and they're my Colouring Heaven magazines. I've only got 2 so far, but I'll put those there because I need to sort out the shelvings. So let's go to my other desk drawer that I forgot to put in. Okay, here we are. So, top drawer here has got my little tiny A5 wallets in for my swatching. Can't close it. Notebooks. Paracetamol, of course. Everybody needs paracetamol. Hand cream. A kneaded eraser. Particularly good for the pastels. some nail files, even though all mine are broken. And this is my Posca pencil case, which won't close because I've got an assortment of colours in there. A little pack of Derwent battery eraser replacements, and the jumbo Poscas. I've only got like 4 of those. Yeah, the black one, which everybody needs in their life, the black Posca. This is my little packet of, which you'll see in between my pages, the wax paper that I use. Some stencils, great for swatching some of those shapes if you want something different. Some circles and ovals, and another shape one, which I was given to by school. This is my watercolour drawer. So I've got a little, let's undo it, a little pouch of really fine paint brushes even. They're by, well, the name on them is Richmond, can you see? And they were from Amazon. They're really cheap, but they're very, very good. And oh, even this one, look, I mean, look how tiny that is. They're for really fine details, like modelling, I think, actually. Let's put that one back in, and I'll fold it back up. Really handy, those little pouches, because you can just grab them and run, like if you're going on holiday, and they're quite compact. So here's the pearlescent paints that I used in one of my colour alongs. Gosh, I'm making a mess, aren't I? It was only a cheap set, but they really work well. And I think I used that colour there to go over the shell and they are, can you see, Yasutomo, and they do still sell them on Amazon somewhere. These were a very, very cheap set from the Works. Can't get it open. Can't get it open. Do you know what? Oh, sorry, that's a hand in the screen. That's not going to help, is it? I can't get it open. I don't think I've ever opened them. They're a cheap children's set. But just because they're a cheap children's set, like I showed you with the other colours in that drawer, doesn't mean that they won't be sufficient in a colouring book. You know, obviously not if you want to have it displayed on a wall or something. So then we've got, you've seen this in a colouring long. This I got from Amazon, was empty. And it's actually quite a nice little watercolour tray. And it was quite cheap. I couldn't afford the Pull Rubens, which was pink, so I went for the next best thing. And these are the Art Spirits here, and these are KJ Designs by Karen. I'm slowly collecting them because they're absolutely out of this world. So that's that little paint palette. Back to the drawer. I've got some really cheap paint palettes, baby wipes. I've got some watercolour medium. It's the masking fluid, which Lisa gave me the other day. Some very, very cheap plastic stencils, but they've got all different shapes on. They will come in handy one day. And these Japanese watercolours. Now, I'd convinced myself that I've brought hang on, Gamzai Tambi, but I hadn't. So these are this brand, and they are Japanese style paints, and they are beautiful. Really, really, really bright colours. Look, there's the swatches, and they're really thick, like a sort of gel. They sell these on Amazon too, and as you can see, I've like swatched them out. But that's about it. I think they scare me a little bit, or they did. But I was absolutely convinced that I'd brought Gamzai Tambi, but clearly not. And then I've got the 24 premium watercolour paints. by Castle Arts. Oh no, yeah, Castle Art Supplies. And to be honest, I haven't really tried them yet because I got Neos, and they obviously are my absolute favourite. And then these are glitter metallic acrylic paints, which I have never used. That's really sad. But I will use them for fairy wings and backgrounds and things like that. These are the little spritzer bottles that I got from Amazon. And I use them just for spraying down the watercolours to prepare them. Oh, that wasn't good, was it? No. I'm making such a mess. Right, guys, what I'm going to do is, my camera's screaming at me for some reason again. I'm going to cut off here, clear away all my mess that I'm making of my lovely tidy room, and then I'll be back. So for you it'll be a second, for me it'll be about half an hour. Alright, I'll see you in a second, guys. Bye. Right, so I've cleared up my mess, and I've put back the watercolouring drawer. So that was that complete. Then the very bottom drawer is some distress inks, which you will have seen on my birthday haul, and I wasn't that impressed with because they came from eBay and they were quite dry, although I've kept them because you can re-ink them. So I've got my distress inks, I've got my pan pastel collection, which are just adorable, as you know, some natural sponges which I thought I'd try a background with, another glossy accents because it came in a pack of 2, and then when my distress inks was such a disappointment, I brought these. They have been used, but I keep them in the pack until I can get some kind of airtight container that will hold them all. I got these little ink pads, and they are absolutely brilliant, and some gorgeous colours, and to be honest, a fraction of the price of distress inks. But obviously distress inks are the price they are because you can re-ink them, and you know, the colour range is just vast. But there is quite a, you know, there's quite a pile there of all sorts of different colours. Very impressed with those. And in this little tub is obviously my what do you call it, blenders. Come on, Lucy. Some stippling brushes, which I've used for pastels or stencils with paints or inks or whatever you want to use. So that's in my bottom drawer. I'm going to try and keep my feet out of the image, so I do apologise, people, for my awful feet in the image. So let's turn around here and we'll start on this bookshelf, shall we? So here I got this like staged tier thing from Amazon to store pencils in. These are my just little what do you call it, paper clips to put my wax paper on my pages. Let's move that out of the way. So yeah, it comes up in like a tier, and you can keep obviously all your pencils. Now in here I've got my Black Widows, which are, as everybody knows, amazing pencils. I've got, these are book like binders, plastic book binders, so cut pages, cut spines out of books that you can't open properly, and put those on instead, which I did with what was it called, the Mysterious Library. I did that with that because you just couldn't get to it. So, and these are my cray art pencils. Now I brought this in the hope that if they were out I would use them more. So the idea of me doing a new swatching is what I'm hoping will help, so I can use those more. In here, selection of white pens, normal pens, pigment pens, permanent black pens, a water brush that is pretty knackered, and my very sad, poor collection of Holbeins, which I adore. I've got 4, and oh, I love them. So maybe one day, people, maybe one day. That is an electric sharpener, which is awful. Is it not bad enough that we have to have pencils that are off centre? But then there's a pencil sharpener that makes them off centre, that sharpens them more one side than the other. That's a spritzer bottle that I kept out. That was for my watercolours. Then I've got a little pack of the Faber-Castell Pitt pens of various nib sizes. So there's that. Above here is my whiteboard, because I studied at university, the Open University, and my memory, as you know from this channel, is shot, particularly when I leave pasta on and nearly burn the house down. So I use that to write things down when I was doing my course, but it's probably also going to come in very handy for video ideas on my channel. In here is the pan pastel box that I got with a set of them, and I've got, as you would think, sorry, I'll get you in shot with how, pan pastel blenders and the sponge, bits and bobs, and some spare Prismas wrapped up in bubble wrap there to keep them safe. So that's that. This is just an empty container that I used on holiday for pencil sharpenings. I can't get it back out. Selection of little stencils that have been out that I've been using. And then we come to, obviously, books. Now, you've seen my colouring book collection. A few of them I've forgotten, missed out. This down here is an idea I have for another video about doing a portfolio with you guys to put all your PDFs and things in. So that's a work in progress that I'm thinking about putting together with you. Here is shelves of colouring books. This shelf here is going to be a whips or abandoned pages video. So I hope you'll enjoy that. Down here is pencil cases. So Pablo's in here. Arteza in here, and Derwent ink tents in that one. Yes, no, I don't know what's in this one. Let's investigate, people. Trying to do this with one hand is really quite difficult. Let me see. Shall we peep? Let's peep. Ooh, it's the Derwent drawing pencils that I've put in there ready to do the colour swatching with you. So all my colour softs and drawing pencils will go in there. This is pretty much of a junk drawer. In here is some kids Stabilo colouring pens, and then more candles. And this is wire from when I was doing jewellery making. Loved it. I used to follow loads of, sorry, you're out shot again. You should follow loads of videos, and I've made some beautiful jewellery. This is a beautiful pen that my dad's given me, bless him. It's engraved with his name, a gold pen from his service at work, and he's given it to me. It's a fountain pen, it's absolutely beautiful. So that's in there. In this drawer is, oops, oh, catastrophe, Super Tips, 50, not impressed, really, not impressed. I know you're going to use them for accents, but they do come out very streaky. My Le Manger skin tone set of alcohol markers. Again, not really that impressed. I've had been colouring for just over a year, and I've probably had them 6 months, and most of them are dried out. I'm going to have to swatch them and see what is left. Then we've got Staedtler Norris pens, Staedtler fine liners. These were from university. When I was doing university, I had these for my notes, making them stand out. Then I got the Crayola. It's in a foreign language, I don't know, but it's the multicultural skin tone set. Again, very streaky to use, but they're there. And these are, this huge pack is Touch New alcohol markers. And again, massive set I got. Can you see? Yeah. Again, most of them are dried out. I'm going to have to re-swatch them. They've been kept on their sides so that, you know, they're evenly spread, but most of them have dried out and have had little or no use whatsoever, to be honest. So I can see why people are crazy for what do you call it? I can't think of what they're called. You know, the refillable alcohol markers. Down here is another selection of colouring books, and half of those didn't make it into my everything I haven't, you know, all the books that I haven't coloured in yet video. So there's some what are they? Let's see, you've seen that one, but the Lizzie Mary Cullen books, adorable, I love them, and they didn't make it in there, I don't think. Now in here, this one is my gouache paints that I recently did a review on, and that is a replacement set. The company was so sorry when I emailed them and said, you know, some of the tubes were almost empty. They said, I'm so, you know, so apologetic, we're sending out a replacement set. So that's brilliant. Some more Staedtler fine liner pens. These are my uni metallic ink pens. They're really good, absolutely brilliant gel pens. My Spectrum Noir ink pens, a skin tone set, and I think there's only one in there that I'm really keen on, but they are very good. My poor little Caran d'Ache set, this is empty, but I've kept the tin because I'm a bit like that, a bit weird like that. I would love the tin for the whole set because I brought them individually. Some chalk paint pens, not bad. This was when I was trying things out and I thought, oh, there's got to be something cheaper than Posca's. Yeah, they don't compare, just saying. Then a little pucker pencil case, and in here is a myriad of very cheap gel pens. I'm not really a gel pen kind of person unless it's white or black for accents. So another like emergency backup for, pastel pencils. And then if I move these, I don't want to get them all out if I can help it. Here, this little tin, you know the paints that I showed you a minute ago, the script ones, the children's ones, as you can see they were £2.99. These are metallic pencils. Let me bring them up here. And they came from our local Lidl, I think, which is a little cheap supermarket. I've never used metallic pencils like them. They're absolutely brilliant. I mean, they're shiny, they look metallic. Really, really good. Really good. So that's the script metallic ones. I don't know where you'd get them from. Like I say, they came from a supermarket here in the UK. So that's that drawer. Push that back in. And then this drawer, oh, it's got wool, because I do crochet as well myself, or I did until I found the world of colouring. I did cardigans and jumpers and blankets and, shut that back up, and yeah, all sorts. This blanket that sits on the back of my chair, I crocheted this to go with my little room when the children moved out, because sometimes when you're sitting and colouring, and with fibromyalgia, if you get cold, the pain's, you know, pain makes the pain worse. So I created my own little blankie for my legs. And so we've looked in that drawer. Over here I've got another bookshelf. Yes, I know, more bougie. Up the top here is a candle selection. Up here, one of them's from my grandson, this one, and it says, if nanas were flowers, I'd pick you every time, lots of love. Isn't that gorgeous? So they're candles from, you know, different times, and people have brought me a little, it's got stuff in it, but a little tub with pencils, I don't think there's anything in there. Oh, some paper clips, post-it notes in that little tub. Spare paintbrush, that was when I was diamond painting, although that can be really good now for, sorry I keep going out of shot, for flicking paint into your backgrounds. Some crap cheap water brushes here, and some cheap, what make are these? Let's have a look. I can't read what it says. Those, where are we? Yeah. These are actually very good. They were very cheap. They were Amazon, but they're actually very nice paint brushes. If I get my words jumbled, I do apologise. So they're all cheap paint brushes for acrylic or, you know, other paint techniques, and just some big wide water brushes in there. This little box doesn't have anything in it, but my youngest son made that for me when he was at school, and I was so proud of him that I've kept that, and now I have my own little room. He sits in it, or the box sits in it, should I say, not my son. This box here, now I've shown you my colouring book, all my pencil collection, so you know what I've got. In here are mainly pencils that I don't use, cheaper brand pencils that I don't use, or the empty tins that I've kept just in case, like that's the Pablo's there that I've kept. I don't know why I do it, but I have this thing that, you know, if I ever want to take them out of the pencil case, or if you're going away somewhere, I think they're more protected in the cases. They're the Koh-i-Noor pencils there that I don't really like. I've got the sets of those, but I'm not really keen on them. Then down here in this box is some more pencils and a set of more felt tip pens. This is a colouring storage roll, but I've never managed to get pencils in it. It's supposed to store 120, I think, but I can't roll it up if I put the pencils in it. So what else is in there? Oh, some more paints, look. They're just very cheap, really cheap actually, ready mixed paints, and they're great. They're kids paints, but they're great for, you know, I don't know, stuff, some glitter paint. Again, this was before I knew about stickles, so like I say, that was £1.50 for that. And look, that's quite a hefty size, but they're not great. But the paints are, the ready mixed kids paints are great if you want backgrounds or stuff like that. Obviously they're not going to be light fast, so you wouldn't want to give it to somebody to put up on the wall. Let me get my chair back, I can't stand for too long. More colouring book collection. Oh, Nola by Bandy Manzalo diamond painting. Some cheap metallic paints. Rubbish. Much rather have the watercolours by the Art Spirits or KJ Designs. They're really watery, take a load of coats, so probably not worth the effort. Some more colouring books. They're the mandalas and things that I don't use. I was thinking of putting a package together when I do a giveaway at some point of untouched books, obviously, that if people are interested in, putting those together in a giveaway package. This side is in the little pink case. There, my Derwent Inktense 72 case. The little polar bear case is my Neos. Down there, some more colouring books. They're ones that I haven't coloured in, and I've kept them over there to try for them to be the first point of call. However, Etsy keeps calling. You know what it's like, you know, you're just sitting here minding your own business, and then all of a sudden you've got a basket full of PDFs from Etsy. I know. If you're anything like me, it's you know, junk. There's some envelopes and paper and some clamps from diamond painting when I had a craft table, drafting table, which I've since given to my friend Lisa because she's got arthritis. And yeah, so guys, that, I'm sorry, I hope don't make you dizzy, we'll go back to where we started, is my craft room, my art space. it needs decorating. I'm not going to lie, I know it needs decorating, and we are going to tackle that. I've brought the wallpaper and the new paint for it, but I am really proud and pleased of this little space. It is my only sanctuary in the world, so I really hope that you've enjoyed having this little tour with me of my colouring space. I'll sit back down again. I'm going to tag in 4 people, I think. So give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to figure out what the heck is going on with this stupid camera, and then I'll be back with the tag. 2 seconds. Okay, so I put my camera back on its stand so I'm not swinging you around like a wild woman, and I'll give you the name of the 4 people I want to tag. So I want to tag Debbie Loves to Colour, Kirsty Colour and Sketch, Colour with K, and of course the wonderful Lavella. I can't wait to see your colouring spaces or storage, how you keep all your bits and pieces. I'm really so excited about that. So if you could keep the tag going, guys, and let people know where it started from. Let's get our names out there a little bit, would be really helpful and really good fun. I can't wait to see these videos. Please don't forget that I will link all these lovely channels down below. Go over, and if you're not subscribed to them already, please go over and subscribe when you see their tag come up or beforehand. And also to my friend Crafts at Home with Lisa, that will be in the description box below. Thank you so much for your time and coming and meeting me and where I work properly. I feel like we're beginning to really connect now. You've seen my full transparency of colouring, where I sit and work, and it really sort of helps people to connect. So thank you so much for coming along on that journey with me. I'll let you go and stop rambling. Can't wait to see those new videos. Take care of yourselves. Until next time, guys. Bye bye.